A chat about Tottenham, or do you want to do a couple of questions?
Whatever you want, girl.
What do we think on Tottenham?
Do you think Spurs are staying up?
You think? You keep saying that. Tell me why. Tell Spurs fans why they're staying up.
Yeah.
Emotional. He's too emotional. Glenn Hoddle.
Roy, why are they staying up? What gives you... OK, then.
Do you know, the logic is I think they get enough points.
OK, but I'm going to give you an
a couple
actual...
of games.
No, so, Roy, who is going down, then, if they're staying up? Because Leeds are not going down now. And I think Forest and West Ham...
Why are you saying Forest and West Ham are fine?
No, I'm not. I'm saying. Are you saying Forest and West Ham? One of them
will go down instead.
And who do you think's going down out of those two?
Well, Forest have a European game, but them European games can be a distraction for Forest if they get through against Porto. Again, different challenges, demands. Huh?
Can't say Forest.
Shall I take you through?
No, Forest or West Ham.
Shall I take you through the fixtures of
Yeah.
Forest? West Ham.
A huge game. Forest of Burnley the weekend.
Yeah, do that.
I'll take you through the fixtures of Forest and West Ham. Forest play Burnley at home.
I think if they beat Burnley, obviously they beat Burnley. I think Burnley.
Sunderland away, Chelsea away, Newcastle at home, Man United away, and Bournemouth at home.
Who was that? Forest.
That's Forest.
I think they'll get some.
Forest got tough games.
I think they'll get at least. They'll get 6 points.
Tottenham's games are tough, though, aren't they?
Tottenham's games. Do you want me to give you those?
They're all tough to win.
Brighton at home, I think becomes a must-win.
They'll win.
Wolves away.
They'll win.
They should win that.
Villa away.
Nope.
Draw.
Leeds at home, big one.
Draw or win.
Chelsea away.
Leeds have the cup semi-final around that time. You see, lads, you're not thinking.
Chelsea away.
Who?
I think
You've got Chelsea away, Tottenham, and then they've got Everton at home. And then West Ham's games, Palace away, Everton home, Brentford away, Arsenal home, Newcastle away, Leeds home.
West Ham. No, West Ham.
West Ham's a tough.
West Ham. That sounds tough.
But remember, Forest have a bit of European football. Leeds have the distraction. You know, it's when teams are playing other competitions.
West Ham got a little bit of momentum, especially off of that.
Jamie
form.
Carragher's
You know what I
quote
mean?
from Monday.
What's he saying?
Tottenham look like they're going down. The other teams have something going for them. You look at the fixtures, you think that's a good game for Tottenham, but they're awful. Tottenham's a good game for them. Wolves are bottom of the league. Do you think Tottenham will go there and win? No chance.
I thought Leeds were in trouble before the other night. Fucking hell.
Did it say no chance?
No chance. Yeah. Our friend from Liverpool.
Leeds were like Real Madrid against United.
I just think that, with
But Roy,
Tottenham-
when I look at Forest, West Ham and Leeds, they look like they've got some form of pattern of what they're doing. I can't see anything.
I get it. There's no
Tottenham.
logic to. I get all that, of course, but sometimes football it's a mad game. It's not. These three teams, you got logically, they're in the form. They've got something about them. They're more of a goal threat. Again, Spurs lack of confidence, lack is bit of fight.
Right, if you're-
midfielder problem. They're not creating anything, but I still think they'll get. I
you're
just can't imagine
history.
the fixtures coming out next year and
Tottenham not there.
in the championship. I just can't see it.
If you're West Ham, would you? If you're any of those teams down there, would you rather be playing Tottenham or West Ham right now?
Spurs.
With the momentum,
you'd want to play Spurs? No,
You'd want to play against Spurs. Anybody would want
I
to play
agree.
against
I
Spurs.
agree.
I think that says something.
Of
because
course, but sport isn't as simple as that, is it? We do predictions every week. You go, well, they're about to beat them, and something happens. I think if they get a win,
Brighton.
they beat Brighton. He's the ex-Brighton manager. Sometimes there's a twist in that sense. And again, everyone's thinking they're not going to win. But
Brighton
law of
might-
averages, you're thinking they're going to win. They have to win the odd game, don't they?
Brighton
If
will
they
want to win for that reason.
Of course, and obviously they'll have their reasons for winning.
Spurs don't win right now.
I think if they don't win on, they won't
Saturday.
beat Brighton.
They're struggling.
They don't look like winning, do they?
I think
That's the
when the
thing.
season's over and if Spurs are in the bottom three, I'll still be thinking they won't go down. But they're officially down. But that's just saying, no, they'll be all right. They'll get out of it.
So welcome back to the Premier League show. The situation at Tottenham Hotspur is critical. Spurs are still without a win in the league in 2026. Roberto De Zerbi, what's more, faces his former side Brighton this weekend. New head coach Danny, same result against Sunderland. Looking at the game, did you see anything positive that De Zerbi can take out of it?
Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you just get a different voice. You get a bit of a bounce because of that, because it's just a different view, a different perspective, especially if the group don't particularly like the last manager or don't like his ideas. It can change in a flick of a switch. Sometimes when players are struggling with confidence, you can't flip that switch and turn it around. And you have to look where Spurs were last season. And again, I go back to, we had this at Leeds. We beat Arsenal on the penultimate day of the season. We stayed up, and it cost Arsenal the title. We were struggling. 2 years before that, we've been in Champions League, semi-final. You know, we were third, fourth, we were challenging, and suddenly we were down there. The following season, got relegated. Is Spurs that different? Struggled last season, just about survived. This season, could easily go down. And there'll be lots of players in there now going, well, ain't going to affect me, because I'll be off. I'll be gone. And that's the problem now that De Zerbi's got. It's how can he galvanise this group of players and get them to do everything. And we had that at Leeds. And in all fairness, that game against Arsenal, Viduka turned up, Harry Kewell turned up and blitzed Arsenal that day. So Spurs have one or two players that can do that. But you look at they've got games against Leeds. Leeds have got Burnley and Wolves as well. I think they're going to pick up points. Yeah. So who are Spurs going to overtake?
Let's have a look at their run-in.
That's the biggest problem.
This is all the run-ins, right? But if we focus on Spurs, you'd say what? They need 3 wins from here, really?
Well, yeah, Brighton's a really difficult game because they'll be thinking, well, you know, our old manager, we want to prove a point in that.
So where are they picking up these points when you look at those fixtures? Where
Wolves is a really difficult one because they're playing without pressure and it's like basically just go and play with freedom, and that makes Wolves Villa could be pushing for Champions League, so that's a difficult game. Leeds, that's going to be pivotal. I think Leeds will be up by then. It won't be a problem.
Which could help Spurs.
Yeah, that could be around Cup semi-final sort of time as well. So Leeds maybe might rest 1 or 2 players. Chelsea, they're not going to do Spurs any favours, are they? You know, not after what's happened in recent years. And Everton's a difficult game. Yeah. Everton could be pushing for Europa League place or whatever it might be.
Do you think it could come down to that last game? Spurs have got to win to have a chance of staying up, possibly?
Yes, because West Ham play Leeds. I think Leeds will be up by then. I think Leeds are safe. That's not a problem. Then you're thinking, well, if West Ham, it could come down to 1 or 2 points. Spurs need a result. West Ham need a result. Last game of the season. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be... I think it's going to go probably... If it doesn't go to the last game, it will go to the penultimate game of the season.
Wow, OK. Well, next up, anyway, it is, as I mentioned there, De Zerbi's...
14 games and counting for Tottenham Hotspur as they continue searching for their first league win of 2026. And next is Roberto De Zerbi's former club, Brighton. Right, Rob, you were part of West Brom's great escape back in 2005, very famously. What was the key to it? OK, what does De Zerbi have to do? Is it tactics? Is it good atmosphere?
Tactics, absolutely. You need. Roberto De Zerbi has that. The style of football, because some people discount style when it comes to how you play, how you win games. Style matters because the style is how you penetrate through and go score a goal and create a chance. So I think that style matters. He has that. Unfortunately, the biggest key for us was it wasn't the players that you look on paper and you think, oh, that's an outstanding player, and that's an outstanding player in terms of name or big names. It was a psychological battle. We had some excellent players in the squad, but they could deliver in terms psychologically, ready for, OK, it's relegation. We have to go to Crystal Palace, Charlton, or wherever it is, or we have to win against Everton. We were psychologically ready for that. And I think that was the biggest key, is we weren't scared of that. And the last game before the end of the season, we were playing at Old Trafford. Alex Ferguson's on the side, Cristiano Ronaldo's over here. And we had to get something from that game and beat Portsmouth in the last game. Psychologically, we knew we were against it, not in terms of, we can't compete against Manchester United in some of those names, but psychologically we can. So that was the key. And we got a 1-1 at Old Trafford, going to the last game. And we felt, as soon as we got the 1-1 at Old Trafford, we knew we would beat Portsmouth. And psychologically, that's where it is. Right now, Tottenham, I can't see them even thinking which is the game that they'll win.
Right, he's going to have to turn something around, isn't he? We've had a voice note, by the way, from a Spurs fan called Andy.
I think that if Tottenham beat Brighton on Saturday, then I think they're still in with a chance. But I think anything other than a win, and with Wolves coming up away, which I've got a feeling they'll beat Wolves away if they beat Brighton.
Right, OK, so this Brighton game is huge. Well, let's talk about that Brighton game right now. I've got Spurs supporter Alfie Nicholson and Brighton fan Andy Goodchild. Good morning to both of you. Alfie, right, I know you'll be nervous, but how confident are you that you can beat Brighton?
Not very. There's not much to go off, really. That's the issue now. It's getting to the point where I can't even remember the last good performance we had. Maybe Man City at home, 2-2. That was feels like an age ago now. And the fact that you're getting further and further from our last win, I think it's well over 100 days now, means the confidence is just draining out of the fans and the squad, and something needs to change quickly. And we need a bit of luck. I think on the weekend we had no luck against Sunderland with that goal, and then Romero going off. But you have to create your own luck going forward. We weren't creating any chances. We weren't driving the opposition. Let's go and try and start to make something happen. Let's go and test the goalkeeper a bit more. And that's the issue at the moment. I thought De Zerbi coming in, we'd see a bit more front-footedness. We'd see a bit more passion going forward, and we haven't seen the dial move at all, so that's why I'm not too confident so far.
Andy, this week a lot of Tottenham fans we've had on have actually been confident about this Brighton game. Alfie, not so much, but why does that annoy you that they're so confident they can beat you? Because you're in great form, and of course it's your former manager.
Yeah, no, it doesn't annoy me at all. I'm here like every Brighton fan, probably quietly confident would be the expression I'd use. I think there's a lot of kind of Big Six narrative and new manager bounce because, you know, football's an emotional game, and that's the emotional chatter that's going around. I think if I look at the facts, Spurs have lost 4 of their last 5 games. We've won 4 of our last 5 games. They've got an injury list, as Alfie's just said there. I think we'll exploit the back line because they've got issues in their defence with injuries. Rob's just touched on the fact about emotional resilience. Obviously, we're confident and have that emotional confidence. Spurs are probably in a different mental space. I think the other thing is, if you look tactically, if Roberto's playing the same style of football, I think that will suit us. We've moved on since Roberto, and Fabian has a far more considered style of football, and I think it will suit us to play Roberto's style of football.
Alfie, I know you are worried, I know that, but if we look at the fixtures for this weekend, the fixtures for at the bottom 6 there, you can see that Leeds are at home to the club who are bottom in Wolves. Nottingham Forest are at home to the club who are second bottom in Burnley. All right, West Ham are away at Crystal Palace. Is there a feeling that you could even be cut adrift come Tuesday morning?
Yeah, I mean, that is a risk now. I think Leeds pulling away from it is it's increased that feeling. Although I wasn't really truly worried that Leeds would be dragged into it. I was more looking at Nottingham Forest, if I'm honest. I think their fixture list, and bar Burnley this weekend, is one that's probably the hardest of the bunch. But if they win against Burnley, as you said, and then we drop points to Brighton, I think we've got the advantage of playing, obviously, the first game that we could almost claw ourselves out of the drop zone. But yeah, absolutely. If we don't win, there is danger of that. Although it is a big if. But I'd also say that even if it is 6 points, that these are players that we've seen can play football. It is getting. That's why it becomes so bizarre to watch. It feels like you're watching a team that is dysfunctioning, a team that has no quality in it. But we know that these players will probably, if we go down, these players will go for 30 million, 40 million. These players will fill up the Premier League from 15th upwards. So these aren't players that should be 15th and below, in my opinion. It's just the collective and the group mentality that is so such an damning.
What's your feeling? What's your raw feeling of, like, why is it? What's the one reason that you see as a fan where you think my team has to do better than that?
Well, the point we've got to at the moment is because of a lack of joined-up thinking, and we've sat on our hands too long for Thomas Frank, and decisions have been taken too. We've been too lackadaisical and too complacent with our decision making as a club. But in the current state of affairs, there is no daringness. There's no one standing up. There's no one trying to look to drive someone forward. I look at the other teams and I think, Summerfield's doing something for West Ham, Ampadu and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they're driving Leeds forward. I look at the other teams and I think there's someone that's driving them forward. I look at Tottenham and I think we're devoid of that player. I think that player should be Xavi Simons, and he's being thrown out the squad for the moment. He's not. He's started in 11 of our 12 last wins. So why on earth is he not starting for the first game under Robert De Zerbi? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
OK, we're just running out of time here. Sorry, Andy, and I know we haven't got to you very much. Just very, very quickly, Andy. Fabian Hurtzler, scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with him?
At the moment, I'd place it at a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Obviously, if you'd asked me 6 weeks ago, we were in a completely different space. But he's flipped to a plan B. He's changed the way we played. And since then, we've won 5 of our last 6 games, and we were unlucky to lose against Arsenal. We should have drawn that game.
OK, Andy, in one word, win, lose or draw on Sunday?
We're going to win 3-1.
Alfie?
Love that.
Win 1-0.
OK, there you go. A bit of confidence. Right, thank you to both of you.
Unless they're laterally, arms overhead. Push up back in set. Low down, duck this slightly. Okay, into a skip, rotating over. You need to push out. Hold it there for me, lad. Let's work through that. Good. Good. Yes. Hold it there. Hold it. You should have big ranges. We should be nice and warm from the gym. So big ranges of motion, front to back, side to side. Nice and tall. Alternating each side on the lateral lunge. Drive up. Reverse lunge to the front lunge. 2 and 2. And then where you are, a big sweep on the spot. Let's go. Good, nice and easy on the way back. Good, and then just hold it there. Drop, drive, push through, good. Good. Same again with the side. Let's go. Come on, work your feet a little bit, man. Come on, Biz, outside, love that. Good. Have a walk back in, we've got one left. Nice and tight, drop, drive, love that. Okay, we've got 3 efforts. Good. Have a walk back in, we've got one left. Good. Last one. To the far right pole. Good, and you can head round. Okay, mate. Think. Turn. Yes, sir. No. Yes, man. Go. Play, move the ball. Yes. Come on. Pass. Keep it. Come on. Play. Pass, 1 goal. Please. Next. Bravo, Pedro. Go. Ready. Keep it. Go on. Wait for the break. Bravo. Other side. Good. Do the thing. Play. Yes, play. Sette. 8. 10. 1. Bravo, Rodrigo. 2. 3. Good. Look out. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Questa gioca. Bravo. Okay, it's good. Corner. Come on. Go. Play and go. Middle. Play. Yes, the edge. Bravo, corner. No. Right. Oh. Very good. Yes. Right. Yes. Good. Hey, very nice. Good. Yes. Right. Catch. Yes. Good. Okay, rest. That's enough. Take care. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, out. 12, 13. Yes. Come on. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sharp. Same again. Jade, you're always the same. Go. Hallie. Oh, Richie. 1, 2. Hit it. Hallie. Sit up. Yes, Richie, Bruno. Finish. Richie. Nice left. Back in. And play. Yes, sir. Play kitchen. Come in. Back out. Bruno gets central. Nice storm. So 1v1 jab.